Hello, this is MEI Further Maths Core Pure. We're in the third Matrices section and on the third video on the inverse and determinant of 3 by 3 matrices. You can watch the video straight through, but you will probably find it helpful sometimes to pause the video and try things out for yourself before continuing to watch. You'll need to be able to use a calculator to find the determinant and the inverse of a 3 by 3 matrix. Check that your calculator does have the facility to handle matrices. It doesn't need to be a graphical calculator, as some of the newer scientific type calculators will handle matrices. Note that we will cover finding the determinant and inverse of 3 by 3 matrices manually in the section Matrices 4. For the AS exam, you won't need to do this, though you may get examples like the one at the end of the first video in this section. The relationship for 3 by 3 matrices is that T multiplied by T inverse is the same as T inverse multiplied by T, and it's this matrix with ones down the leading diagonal and zeros everywhere else. Pause the video for a moment while you work out AB and BA for these matrices on your calculator. OK, you should have found that both AB and BA were the same and they were the identity matrix, so that A and B are inverses of each other. Now pause the video again and find A inverse on your calculator and check that you do get the matrix B. The notations for 3 by 3 matrices are the same as for 2 by 2 matrices. And again, the determinant is just a number that may be positive, negative or 0. As with 2 by 2 matrices, if the determinant of T is equal to 0, then T is said to be singular, and that's true for any n by n square matrix. Pause the video while you use your calculator to work out these two determinants. OK, you should have got the answers 30 and 0. With the 2 by 2 matrix, when we had a determinant of 0, we had a problem because we couldn't find the inverse as it involved dividing by the determinant. For 3 by 3 matrices, finding the inverse is more complicated, but again, if the determinant is 0, we run into difficulties. If you try to find the inverse of this second matrix on your calculator, you'll find that you get a math error. There are more notes on integral or in your textbook on the inverse and determinant of 3 by 3 matrices. That's the end of this short video. The next video in this series is on determinants and transformations.